Hi, Craig here from YourTech. Today I'm going to be talking about the kinds of services that we offer within the business to our local customers, the reason why I got into this business in the first place, and everything to do with just being in the repair business.
I've made a huge mistake.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown as to why I started repairing computers in the first place. The people in my life, friends and family in my life, kind of the reason why. I had some friends and family come to me that had had issues with repair services in the local area, a lot to do with pricing and communication. When they explained the kind of things that they wanted doing for their computers, their laptops, their games consoles, I kind of realised it was something that I could do. So that's kind of where I got started and why I did it. I've always very much been into technology. It's always been quite a passion of mine. I've always been quite good with technology and fixing things, so it made sense for me to at least start a computer repair business. Now, I don't do this full time. I wish I did. That is the end goal, is to be able to do this full time. At the minute, I have a regular 40-hour-a-week job. I do the computer repair in my spare time for a bit of extra pocket money, and recently I've started this YouTube channel in the hopes of not just growing my business, but having different revenue streams come into it and things like that, and also being able to help people. The other reason that I wanted to start this as well is because I'm very aware of what my own failures are. Getting into this business has taught me a great deal about customer service. Now, not to say that at the start I was a horrible person and I was blunt with people, but in my normal job I can be quite blunt. I've always been very straightforward and straight talking. Being able to reassure them that you are going to be able to help them, or you're going to do your best to help them, is so important in this business. People are trusting you with their technology, and a lot of time their technology has got personal data on it, or important data on it, or work data on it, or it's got family photographs that they don't want to lose, or videos they don't want to lose. When somebody gives you their technology to fix, to clean, to swap components out, to upgrade, a lot of the time it's really important to that person. I never really considered that before starting this business, and it's been quite a nice eye-opener that when you do a good job for somebody in this business, they care. Like, word of mouth has easily been the best thing for my business. I've got full 5 stars on Facebook, I've got full 5 stars on Google reviews. I get people that I've done work for in the past getting back in contact with me to ask advice or to let me know that their technology is still going well, whether it's their laptop, their games console, their gaming PC, whatever it is, and it's lovely. I have had very, very, very few customers that I would consider negative experiences. Every single customer I've had near enough has been nothing but lovely. They've been really appreciative of the work I've done, and they have all expressed how nice it is to talk to someone that can explain what the problem is in the most simplistic way possible and reassure them that it's going to be fixed. And it's half the reason why I do this job, the other half being the money. This leads a little bit onto my next section: what the customer can expect when they come to YourTech for help. The first one being honesty. I will always be honest and upfront with every single customer. I am not going to lie or mislead someone just for the purposes of making money. It's not worth it, and I want to help people. If someone comes to me with a second-gen Intel platform PC and all they want is a new graphics card, and they're like, I want to put a 4080 in it, I'm going to advise them not to. Ultimately, it's their decision, but I'm going to explain to them, look, that doesn't make a lot of sense putting a 4080 with such a low-powered CPU, but for the same amount of money, we can build you a new platform around AM4, AM5, Intel 12th gen, and put a 4060 in it, or a 4070 in it, and you're going to get much better performance out of it. Some people would have been like, okay, that's what you want, pay me 1500 quid, I'll put a 4080 in it. That's not how I roll. I always want to make sure that the customer's getting the best service they can from me, and one of the main focuses has been communication. Absolutely. If I'm fixing a PC and something happens that is noteworthy in any way, whether it's negative or positive, the customer will know straight away. If it's a problem, I will usually get in contact with them and give them the solution at the same time, and just letting them know, look, it's going to be a little bit longer, or it's going to be a little bit more work. The way that I've mainly worked with the business is somebody will come to me with a problem. If it's something that I can quote over email, text, or a phone call, I will. But a lot of times there's a lot of troubleshooting involved, especially with PCs and laptops. I don't always know how long a job's going to take me, or I don't fully know what it is that I need to do to fix it until I've actually got it in front of me and I can have a bit of a play around and see what the issue is. Because of that, I will usually make sure I can recreate the issue, and then I'll get in contact with the customer and send them a quote. And if they're happy to proceed, I'll proceed. And if they're not happy for me to proceed, then we'll organise them picking their computer, whatever, back up with no hard feelings. I don't charge for diagnostics, I don't charge for consultations or for advice or talking about their technology or anything like that. I don't think that's fair in the slightest, and I also offer a no fix, no fee. If I can't sort your issue out, I will not charge you. And talking about quotes, I also very rarely tend to change my quote. If a customer comes to me with a fix and I quote them a price, and then that job ends up being a lot more complicated than what it is, that isn't the customer's fault, that's my fault. I've misjudged that quote. I've misjudged how long that's going to take. So I'm the one that bears the financial responsibility for that in my head. The only time, and it is the only time that I will change a quote, is if there is something else wrong with the system that wasn't explained to me by the customer. So if someone comes into me like, oh, I'm getting random crashes, and I get the PC in and yet they've got random crashes, they've also got a corrupted Windows, they've also got a failing hard drive, they've also got a cooler stop working properly, or it needs cleaning, then I'll adjust my quote, and then I'll advise them and get in contact with them. Be like, look, I can fix your issue, which is fine, but you could do with this being done as well. This is the quote for that. If you want me to proceed, that's fine. If not, I'll do what you've asked me to do and you'll have your PC back. But it may fail in the future and that will not be my burden. And they always understand. Customers 9 times out of 10 are always really happy that I'm so upfront and honest about their systems. My second goal when starting this, pricing. When I first started this, my pricing was anyhow. And a lot of people benefited from it, and I wasn't one of them. I was offering a full teardown, clean and rebuild for around £40.
What did he say?
When I first started this, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I had so many systems come in that was taking me 6, 7, 8 hours to tear down, clean and rebuild. I mean, there was pictures in one of my last videos of some of the grime and stuff I've had to clean out. And misjudging how long it took me meant my pricing was awful. I ended up paying myself something stupid like £6 an hour. I have since adjusted that, so I am a little bit more expensive than when I started, but I can also do these jobs a little bit quicker than when I started now. I kind of think it's helped. I think some people were put off by how cheap I was at the start. Like, oh, if he's that cheap, he doesn't really know what he's doing. I mean, it turned out they were right on the whole. I didn't know what I was doing in terms of pricing, but I feel like I've about got it dialed in now. The way that I work it, usually the first hour I'll charge around £30 to £40 an hour, depending on the job, and then for every hour after that I'll charge between £20 and £25. I think this is really fair pricing for the current market, and with most jobs only taking a couple of hours, I feel like people are getting very good bang for the buck from me. Being fair across the board has always been important to me as well. I'm not going to advise a 75-year-old man that uses his laptop for online banking and looking at Facebook. I'm not going to advise him to get a £2,500 bespoke gaming PC built by me just so that I can make some money. It's not fair, it's not right, and ultimately you're only going to be hurting yourself doing stuff like that because you're going to get bad reviews. It's not worth the bad reviews, it's not worth destroying your business over, it's not worth the short-term financial gain. I do have another rule, and I have broken this rule twice to my own detriment. I won't touch Apple products. Now, I'm not a big fan of Apple or Apple products, but that isn't the reason why I won't touch them. The reason I won't touch them is because I'm not experienced with them. I don't want someone coming to me with their Apple products and me fumbling to get it ready and to get it fixed for them when I don't really understand Apple products like I do basically anything else. I don't understand the operating system, I don't use it, I'm not interested, and so I just don't do it. And I've broken that rule twice, both with MacBooks. Both with what should have been extremely easy, simple fixes that was just resetting the profile on the hard drive or the SSD, and it was a nightmare. It wasn't worth it, it caused me a headache, I hated doing it, and I will not be breaking that rule again. I think I've gone on long enough about why and what people can expect from the service here at YourTech. The next section is going to be about what kind of services we offer. Now, it's going to be a fairly small section. I'm pretty sure you can guess the majority of the things. I'm going to run through them anyway. The first one being general repairs. This is such a broad subject and such a broad term that it can really mean anything. Whether it's a component failing and having to replace it, they want a hard drive replacing because it's failing or something like that. Random crashes, crashed desktop, blue screens of death, random power offs, computer not turning on, that's probably the most common. Some kind of software not working properly, a computer overheating, anything like that, I'll just put it all under the umbrella of repairs. Now, there's quite a few repairs that we can't do. Anything that requires micro soldering, for example, we cannot do. I don't have the equipment or the expertise right now to be able to do that, and it is something that I'd like to work on in the future. But for now, anything that requires micro soldering, we cannot do. Next one is tech cleaning. Now, this is probably the most common job that I have. The won't switch on is probably the most common repair, but the most common job as a whole is tech cleaning. People bring their computers in, I clean them out for them, replace the thermal paste or whatever, and off they go, happy as Larry. I offer different tiers of cleaning depending on what it is the customer wants. Some people literally just want the dust blown out and they're given a wipe down and they just couldn't be bothered to do it themselves, which is fine. That's a very quick and easy job for me. And then you've got the in-depth cleaning. Now, some of these computers I've had in have been disgusting. I'll try and put a few pictures up and to show you. Disgusting, where it has took me hours. And whenever I do a deep clean, I will always blow all the dust out, tear the computer down completely to its component parts, wipe them all over with isopropyl alcohol. I will use precision cotton buds to get into nooks and crannies, clean out all the fan blades and things like that, replace the thermal paste on the CPU, put it all back together, cable manage it up, and then they get the computer back. And the only other cleaning service I offer after that is for a graphics card. Now, taking a graphics card apart and cleaning it and put it back together can be a right headache. So that is its own separate service that I offer. The next thing we offer is upgrades. This is up there with one of my favourite things to do. I love when a customer messages me, this is my system, I want to upgrade it, what can you offer? It gives me plenty of opportunity to talk to the customer about what it is they want, what they expect, what games they play, what resolution they play at. Do they want high refresh rate gaming? Do they like playing esports titles? Do they like playing AAA titles? It has a massive conversation with it. And whilst I think some of my customers have got a bit confused in the past as to why I'm asking so many questions, the results then speak for itself, because I tailor their upgrades for exactly what it is they want, as you'd expect from anyone that's in this kind of job. And my actual favourite job, building computers. I absolutely love it. I can't get enough of it. I wish I had more custom for the building computer side of it, because I just love doing it. And whilst we've built quite a few computers, being able to build someone a bespoke gaming PC to meet their needs is awesome. Again, you get to have the same conversations that you do with the upgrade, but you get to tailor the entire system to them. Is RGB important? Is there any brands that you're a fan of that you'd want to have in your system? What kind of budget are you looking at? Are you on quite a low budget and we've got to squeeze as much performance into it as we can? Are you more bothered about how it looks, and is it like a centerpiece for your gaming setup and you want it to look amazing? Or are you not bothered and you just want a black box that plays games? Having them conversations with people is awesome, and being able to build someone a bespoke gaming PC that they're going to go away and use for the next few years and hopefully be happy with, it's awesome. And the last service we offer is basically just setting things up for people. So every now and again we'll have a customer come to us like, I want a new laptop. I can usually get them a little bit cheaper than what you can find online, so I'll buy a laptop, I'll set it all up for them, make sure everything's running fine, and they then buy the laptop off me. Now, I don't make a great deal off these. I don't charge a lot for setting a device up. All I'm doing is choosing the product for them and then setting it up for them. That's about all the services we offer. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the future holds for YourTech and what plans I have for the future. I'll be honest, YouTube's a big part of that. I'm really enjoying making these videos and seeing how quickly my subscriber count and view count has gone up in the past week. I really want this to do well. I'd love to get to a point with this where I want to be able to quit my normal job so that I can do this. That is all I want. I want to build computers, repair computers, talk to customers and film videos. If I can make a living out of doing that, I'll be happy. I'll be unbelievably happy. The content that I want to make for YouTube, I am restricted in what I can make purely down to funds. I can only do so much. That's why a lot of the channel for the time being is going to be talking head videos. Until I can get some money behind me, whether it's from saving up or whether it's from monetizing my YouTube channel, a lot of talking head videos are going to happen until I get to that point. But once that money starts coming and I can invest in a better camera, a better microphone, a second camera, a vertical mount, a better desk, just whatever it is, it's going to be put into the whole YouTube platform and the content creation platform so that I can make better content. And I can't wait to be able to give back, because ultimately it's you guys that allow something like that to happen. And if you guys are going to support me, I'm going to do my best to give back, whether that's through giveaways or through customers not having to pay as much for a repair. Whatever it is, that is my goal. I want to give back, I want to do this full time, and I want to learn. And I think that's basically my plan going forward. I'm going to keep churning videos out. I'm going to try and keep getting better and better at editing, at script writing, at idea creation, at thumbnails, at titles, at SEO, and everything that comes along with YouTube. I just want to get better and make this as best as I can. Thank you again for all the support so far. It means the absolute world to me. I love to learn, and man, do you learn quick doing something like this. If you've got any suggestions, if you've got any critiques, if you just want to say hello, drop me a comment. More than willing to say hello, more than willing to listen to criticisms and critiques and recommendations. If you've got recommendations for equipment, for software, any tips or tricks on how to edit quicker or make the production look better, or anything you think I'm missing, just drop me a comment. I'd love to know. I really do. I want to learn. And other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out no end. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, a thumbs down. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one.